Hello and welcome to week 9 of the Week in Review League Racing Series. So we have another full week of 5 racing to cover, including an exciting world race in Austria. First, as always, let's get into this week's league racing news and transfers. And we've actually also got PlayStation this week, so make sure to watch for that. With today's patch bringing out some issues with the equal performance cars, multiple leagues, including PSGL and WR, have made announcements about the use of multiplayer cars or the postponement of races. Also, with BBS coming up tonight, already announcing the use of multiplayer cars for that race, while with WOR.LD tomorrow, they're yet to announce what's going to happen with the race tomorrow over the use of multiplayer cars or with postponements. Additionally, with the track limits at the Las Vegas circuit still yet to be fixed by the patch, the race has been cancelled from the WR calendar and looks likely to be replaced by Paul Ricard in France by popular vote in the WR Discord. For this week's transfers, it was another tough week for FRT, losing key drivers Chelsea and Zelwood to MVR and Shazoo respectively. It'll be a crucial next few weeks to see how the team bounces back from losing these drivers. On PlayStation as well, Fezzo left PSR in favour of Parnell, whilst Dirk joined ET8 from OP. Cameron Downs also returned to PlayStation after previously racing on PC, joining FVR. As usual, BBS took the first racing action of the night, with Monza playing host this week. PSR Plaque eventually took pole in a session which saw all 5 of the teams in the tournament represented in the top 5. With the safety car glitch still very much being in the game though, it took until lap 4 for the race to properly start.
Is going to get no toe off Mylander. He's going to take over as the safety car, and he is going to be under all sorts of pressure from Finn Bob as we get ready to go. He's gone.
He's
halfway through Parabolica. He's just caught Finn Bob a little napping, I think. The gap is already 7/10 of a second, and we are away racing here in Bunga Series. No assist from Monza. Single file all the way down into turn 1. You can miss your braking point and bowl about 10 people out the way here. Let's see how bad it is.
Drobble nearly did that. Drobble nearly did that as he was going for a move on Tuesday. Nearly.
With a soft tyre-clad Nick rapidly climbing through the field, from 8th up to 1st in just 3 laps by lap 6. He'd hold the lead for a little bit before sliding to 3rd before choosing to pit at the end of lap 12. This undercut on most of the rest of the field gave him enough gap to hold off the challenge for the rest of the race and take the win, backed up by teammate Placky in 2nd.
A brave attempt, but we'll go back up to the leader. Don does have a McDonald's Wi-Fi in other series and other servers, but he seems to have had it all together. Turn LimeWire off, and this is what happens. PSR Nick round Parabolica for the final time is going to take the checkered flag here at Monza and win in Bunga Series. No assist. Placky gets past Gabor right up on the line. Oh my god, that was tight.
Gabor came home 3rd in another podium finish for BRT's Rising Star, a result that keeps the fight between Shazoo, BRT and MVR really close in the standings, while Parnell tried to hustle to catch back up after joining the series late. WR's Legacy division headed to Austria on Tuesday night, with PlayStation team OP having won all 3 races so far. But they didn't start well though, with one of their drivers being eliminated in Q1, with the remaining eliminated drivers being filled by both PSR drivers and Lucas for PL, who were serving qualifying bans, as well as ET8's Gustav. OP then also had their second driver eliminated in Q2, alongside a driver each from BRT, FRT, Shazoo and NLR. And this therefore opened the door for Liam Bowman of MVR to take his first pole position in World, beating ET8's Matteo, who impressed with the front row, before we headed into a wet start to the race.
It is about now. The 5 red lights now going out here in Austria. Round 4 of the championship about to begin. And it is lights and away we go. Liam Bowman shaky off the start. Sam Gamer arguably with the best start. Might get alongside Matteo and towards turn number 1. The Red Bull on the outside of the Mercedes. It comes around the outside of turn number 1. That's a beautiful move from Sam Gamer. Already up to 2nd. Everyone I think has cleaned through in the background. But Liam Bowman there already scooting away. 6/10 clear of Matteo in 2nd. Sam Gamer there in 3rd. They run up the hill for the first time. Pretty much everyone's got through clean. Although they're split into 2 further down the field. That's Magician, Keki, Lucas and Gustav further down the field playing with fire, but Liam Bowman leading. Matteo though still side by side with Sam Gamer running down the hill in towards Schlossfield at turn number 4. Is the Mercedes going to try and brave it around the outside? No, Red Bull very late on the brake. Sam Gamer might give Matteo a lock in, but there's an Alpine round and Ghost King. He's been caught up with Ogween, I think, in that. Joe Murphy involved in that as well. I think everyone's got back going again, but Liam Bowman leading. Sam Gamer in 2nd, Matteo there in 3rd.
With Sam Gamer quickly clearing Bowman for the lead, and the tricky conditions promoting side-by-side action throughout the grid, the Parnell driver began to grasp a foothold in the race, increasing his lead to 3 seconds by lap 9 as the rain began to ease off, with the rain eventually stopping on lap 11. With the field all choosing mediums when they boxed on lap 15, Sam continued to gap the field despite picking hard tyres in comparison, whilst there was a multiple car battle behind him.
This race, but you know, it all depends on the steward's judgment. Look at this now, there's 6 cars all in a train, and it restarts with Liam Bowman, with Tom doing the exact same thing, this time following Bowman through instead of Matteo. Identical move on the exit of the corner as well, going side by side with Tom picking up the slipstream from Liam Bowman directly in front. Matteo trying to hold it there as well. Through goes Tom potentially into the race lead. Oh no, he's hit Liam Bowman. No, not again for the Scotsman who was on pole in Tier 1. Got turned around. He's in a sandwich. It's 3 wide going into turn 6. Who gets out in front? There's still 3 abreast coming through the corner. Off the track goes Liam Bowman. Off the track goes Gilles. Back down the inside comes Louis. This is remarkable.
With Sam Gamer's win looking secure towards the end of the race, 6 drivers, all in different teams, were looking to take the final 2 spots on the podium, right up until an intense final lap.
Remember, the penalty for now is still 6 seconds, and it will be subjective to whether one gets removed. Sam Gamer thinks that that is the case. There's 1 more lap to go. The gap is 5.1 seconds, and Matteo is burning for dear life with Tom flashing at the rear, which means he's below 10%. Matteo to the inside. Matteo to the net lead of the race on penalties. A move that could give ET8 their first tournament victory provisionally.
Urpek might get them both all down the hill and towards turn number 4 as well, and he's got phenomenal speed compared to Tom, so he'll look towards the outside line now, looks towards maybe going 3 wide. Urpek, and there's contact. That's never going to work. That is never going to work. What on earth are you doing, Urpek? Coming down the hill into turn number 4, 2 wide is hard enough, 3 wide's a no-go. Urpek and Liam Bowman now side by side, and now hands Sam Gamer the race on an absolute play that could have been avoided. Sam Gamer now up the hill, coming through Rumus at Britton to turn number 9, then coming to the right hand of turn number 10. Gilles got a 5-second penalty, adding pain to his pain. But Sam Gamer on the run to the line takes the race win, now officially out on track after that idiotic contact from the 3 of them in the end. Not sure what they were thinking. Louis Valentin there in 2nd, Urpek there in 3rd, Tom in the end in 4th.
Louis eventually took 2nd in OP's first non-victory of the season, whilst Urpek gave NLR some valuable points after their poor start to the campaign. Post-race penalties saw some lower drivers swap down positions, although PSR still came home only 10th and 13th after their double qualifying ban. That result leaves OP with a 70-point lead over MVR at the top, with PSR still 6th after their podiumless start, as they continue to struggle to recover for the start of this season. AEC's 4th round headed to Silverstone, with Liam Bowman taking pole for the 2nd day in a row after taking pole in WOR just the day before, with Drobble joining him on the front row to make it a 1-2 for championship leaders MVR.
All 5 lights on ahead of the drivers, and they're out, and we're underway. Just like that from the intro, we're away and racing as Liam Bowman does keep the lead going into the first corner, but Nick is keeping Drobble on his toes. They bang coming through turn number 2 at Farm into turn 3, which is Village. Drobble has a really slow apex. I think he actually made a little bit of contact there with PSR Nick, and just like that, PSR have split NVR, but PSR Nick looking really racy already, and from 3rd on the grid, he could take the lead by the time we get into turn 6, which is Brooklyn's, and he does. A fantastic start from the German.
A wedge in between the 2 PSR cars. Placky defends, but Liam has turned the battery off. Will he send it up the inside? You bet he will. It's only lap 3, but you think it's the final lap. Liam up the inside, slide over the rear, and Placky's round. Liam tags Placky, and Placky drops all the way down the field on them soft tyres.
Although Nick had been able to gap the group behind him, he picked up a track limits penalty in the process that would complicate things for the PSR driver. With Liam also picking up a further 5-second penalty, Drobble looked to be in the hot seat to take the win, although the gap between him and Nick took the race right to the wire.
P3 if it ended as it does, which is an incredible result for him anyway. But now we come up to Magus and Beckett.
Nick battery were being asked left, right and centre. Empty, 2%, 1% and down to nothing, but Drobble has just a little bit more, but will it be 3/10 more? He has DRS and slipstream as well. This is going down to the wire. Is he within 3 seconds?
Blue looking for the move as well. It's 2.9. It's 2.8. Hold your horses, ladies and gentlemen. Nick needs the best final 2 corners of his life. Drobble equally. Who's going to win this race? It's the exit that's important. Nick wins on track. Drobble does it in AEC Tier S. Wow. Beautiful. It's another, although they've not done it on track, it's another victory at Silverstone by less than a 10. Big crash at the final corner. Zinity and Passy have dropped some big points there.
Drobble took the win from Nick by under a tenth of a second, from Lou taking third for BRT, whilst Bowman's penalties ended up dropping him to 6th after stewarding. NVR continues to lead the championship though from PSR and BRT, who've had a couple of strong races in a row now, whilst the midfield battle still looks close. Championship leaders started this round of WR strongly, taking narrow pole position ahead of Matthew Hall, whilst Kai struggled, qualifying only 11th.
5 red lights here at the Circuit of the Americas, and we are underway, and it looks like a pretty decent start. A lot of the drivers are on medium compound tyres there, but Sav covers over Matthew Hall desperately over there. Fezzo trying to get involved around the outside. Up the inside goes Mobarak into 3rd place, but he's dropping like a stone after that. But it's all as you were at the top of the standings there.
And as you were it was, with Sav taking the win from Matthew Hall in the sprint race, ensuring himself a good spot to start from officially.
We're on 5 red lights here. And away we go, and it looks like a pretty equal start between Matthew Hall and Sav as they head on down into turn 1. It's looking very, very reminiscent of the sprint race and unable to get through. But there is PSR Aurelian he's desperately trying to get a mix through on Matthew Hall. That is such a great start from PSR Aurelian.
Yeah, what a start early. Virtual safety car with Stefano on the wall on the left-hand side. What a start from Aurelian. He absolutely flew off the line and got a fantastic reaction start compared to the others around him. Not a lot of space given for Louis Valentine on the inside. He's still battling away, using a bit of Barry. Louis Valentine gets by through. They're still battling away. Max is trying to go side by side for the S section. It's not a usual place for overtaking. They battle away, and they do collide. They do collide. It's so Louis Valentine and Max are spun around in the S's. They both dropped down.
Games in the past, talking about Shadow and Alfie at Imola way back in season 11 is the one that really comes into my head. But look at this, a little bit of weaving between M Racer and Sav. Is it going to be enough though? I don't think it is. Up the inside goes Sav on M Racer. There's nothing he can do. M Racer tries to go back up the inside. There's a little bit of contact between the two of them. Sav is off the track. M Racer's desperately in there, and M Racer is throwing it back up the inside, and this is absolutely insane. M Racer is desperate for the win. They are battling away, and Matthew Hall is catching. Can M Racer do something around the outside as they head through turns 16 and 17? I don't think it's going to be enough. Sav has just done enough as they head on through. At the exit of turn 18, there's not going to be anything up the turn of 19. And Sav, he's had to work for it. He's had to work so hard for it, but he's going to take victory both in the sprint race and in the feature race. And M Racer, what a drive from him, and Matthew Hall rounding out.
That win rounded off an impressive evening for Sav, with Matthew Hall coming home behind M Racer to take 3rd place. Ack finished in an impressive 4th, while Shazoo Tom was the highest placed PlayStation driver in 5th. NRC headed to Brazil on Sunday then to mark the 2/3 distance of the season, with PSR coming into this one with a 21-point lead over OP in the standings, with the battle from 3rd down to 7th looking incredibly close. Q1 saw BRT Finn eliminated with a qualifying ban, alongside both Juventus drivers and one driver each from NLR and FVR. Q2 saw a big surprise, however, with Yossi being dumped up for championship leaders PSR, alongside the remaining NLR and BRT drivers, as well as Shazoo Tom and GL Enzo. In Q3, it looked like OP Mubarak who was the favourite to take pole, but he could only manage 3rd after messing up his final lap in qualifying, leaving Panos furious to take pole, half a tenth clear of FVR Stefano.
Was a safety car start. The second time, however, all 5 lights run ahead of the drivers, and for the second time, they are out, and we're underway, and it is a green flag. It's in towards turn 1, then a short dash, 195 metres to the first corner. PR Furious holds on to the lead, but looking to go around the outside is OP Mubarak, and tagged there is NVR Stocks. Good save to keep his Williams pointing in the right direction. Single file mostly coming through the Curva du Sol, and down the Descida de Largo we go. In towards turn number 4, as there's been a front wing flying off in the background for Ghost King, causing a virtual safety.
Furious and Stefano had swapped for the lead multiple times down the main straight in what was a crash-littered race, which included a number of incidents, such as this one between Axe and Ghost King on lap 22, which brought out the safety car.
Having a spin, Opie Mubarak getting a move done on PSR. Yours, it was like, and also on the PR
Oh my
Furious,
God.
remember the outside trying from Mubarak, but just a bit too ballsy into turn 1 there.
Oh, there's lag, there's carnage. Axe F1 and Ghost King out of the race. Second safety car deployed as we caught that just off the side of the frame. Last time out, OP Ryan scoring 15 as is and could make that more still. We've got 2 more laps to go and he's looking to overtake Stonk still, who's going for the race lead himself. So Ryan will come through on Stefano potentially. He commits, but he's got Furious down the inside of him, and there's going to be a spin for Stefano, who manages to hold on, and just like that, Stefano from the race lead is down into 5th. Wing of Ryan in behind. Ryan could potentially make a double move. He's got the highest amount of ERS out of all of them, though very similar with PR Furious, who's just 3/10 behind NVR Stonks. This could be a very cruel way to lose a race win potentially. Stonks did the undercut, had the advantage wiped out by a safety car perfectly on the pit window for Furious and Ryan, and now Furious sees the rear end of Stonks flashing. He's going to pull to the right hand side. It's going to be a photo finish to the line, and in the end Furious takes victory for Parnell Racing, their first in the tournament.
Furious taking the win from Stonks there on the final straight, with OP Ryan a close third, FVR Stefano in 4th, and almost being pipped to the line by Bobbits in 5th. So coming up this week, both BBS and World head to Qatar, whilst NRC heads to Japan. Obviously, these races are going to be in doubt of postponement or using multiplayer cars with the equal performance glitch that I talked about earlier. But assuming that they go ahead, my prediction is that a different team is going to win each of these races. I can tell you exactly who's going to win each one. So BBS is going to be won by a Parnell driver. WOR.LD is going to be won by a PSR driver. And NRC is going to be won by an OP driver. Those are my predictions. Yeah, we'll see if they come true. And comment down below if you guys have any predictions you want to make for this week. But that is going to be everything that we do have time for today. Thank you all so much for watching. And please do sure to check out the rest of the channel. And be here back next week for the same videos every week. So thank you all for watching. And goodbye.